Welcome guys, welcome. We're back with Dwarf Fortress yet again, and so we're just going to sort of continue on in this zombie fort and just see where we go. Now Nil never actually resurrected. He is now a rotten, mangled corpse. I don't think he will come back up. I think the minecart smashed him enough to completely obliterate his brain. So we're not going to see Nil as a zombie in our fortress, so that's all fairly cool. A lot of stuff going on down the side through here, and I have cheated. I've used DFHack to just change a few little things. One thing I did have a look at was, where have we got? We've got this one here, Cygnus. The clothier is stumbling around obliviously, and that's what I've done is I have gone through now. If we have a look and see, can we get straight there? Was there the last time this message came up? You just go and find Cygnus. I'll just go through the tweaks that I've made. I've done some DFHackery. Dwarf Fortress DFHack is essentially what runs up in the corner here, which really does make the game so much better to play, so much easier to play. So we had one of those. I should really go and have a look through at all of the different dwarves that are in this last category, and just see if we end up with one of these sort of situations where they just won't come good. And Cygnus was in one of those. If we just go and do it from here, there we are. So Cygnus, the clothier, just move across to it. So it's in through this other side, and stumbling obliviously, no job, haggard, and it got to the point where so depressed that just wasn't able to really sort of function or cope. And so I did use DFHack to see what the problem was, and then to fix the problem, because we've got unmet needs through here. Acquire object, be with family, martial training. Now, it's actually the be with family was the one that was just off the charts when I did have a look at it. And I'll show you how to do that. We'll have a look at that in just a minute with some of the others maybe. Just to sort of see if that's the case. Because when we had looked at the relations, there was family here. Younger brother was here in the fortress. Uncles, nieces. There's a few nephews. So there's enough there in one sense that didn't seem to make a real lot of sense, that she was so depressed. So anyway, that's sort of what's been happening with her. So what we do, and I've forgotten how to do it now because I did it as soon as I finished streaming last time. There is, if you go and have a look at the if you have a look at the fort, like often there's ways of, and we happen to have something that's also going to be another little hack that we can have a look at, which we don't need it, but there is one that's also happening right now. So this one here is you've got unmet needs. This is actually what causes the problem. So being the unmet needs are the issue. If we go and have a look at the Queen, who is currently, she is working on a special, where is it? Yeah, this one, we don't have to worry about the whale armor. It's now a full moon. We have that one caught and captured. We're not seeing it there. Actually, we've got Moody Dwarf is working. I can just click on that. So this is the Queen in through here. Now she is currently working on it. Like she has claimed this this particular stoneworkers workshop, and so she's working furiously on a special artifact. So she's actually already got everything she needs. We can sort of see as if we go back down through the list that is actually here, past all the blocks that were then made. There'll be things, for example, like logs, cloth, turkey leather, trillion cut blue jade. So she's got all this stuff, mud stone as well. So she's grabbed all this to build something. So she's in the middle of building that one. But sometimes you don't know what that is. Now this is a bit different. This is a moody dwarf. So mood is the key word there. So if you're using DFHack and you're unsure what to do, if you go to the GUI launcher, which is that Control Shift D? Yeah, Control Shift D will also take you there. Control Shift D, bang, up she comes. You can then start to type in these keywords to find out what it actually is. So if I type in mood, I'm going to see show mood. So if I go to that one through there, it basically shows all the items needed for the active strange mood. So if I go and do that, it's then going to go and tell me the Wind of Flautus, this queen is currently going to feign mood with the intent to claim a stoneworker's workshop and become a legendary stonecutter. She's claimed a stoneworker's workshop and wants the following items. So we then sort of see one rock boulder got 1 of 1. Any logs, 1 of 1. Any yarn cloth, 1 of 1. Any leather, 1 of 1. And any cut gems, 1 of 1. So she's got everything she needs. So that's the mood key in through there. The other one we looked at was needs. So if you type in the word need, you can see there that I've got all needs. Now, what I need to do with this one, if I just go and click on that one, it should then show me, oh, that's the whole fortress. Let's not do that. Let's just go back to Cygnus, who happens to be up in F3 right here. There's the were-llama, by the way, inside that terrarium. But if I go and grab Cygnus here, with Cygnus selected, I can then just go up into DFHack again, Control-Shift-D, and then do, again, needs, because that's really what we're looking at. We can just go to all needs. And I can then get an example of what's going to happen. And so we can sort of see through here, this one didn't take to what I had done. It's interesting. So I'm going to have to redo this one. I'll just double check. It looks like it didn't actually save it. Anyway, this is the mood. So maybe maybe I overrode something. Anyway, whatever it is, it should be fine. So you can see there, this is the actual. So it goes. This unfortunately is not in a very structured way. It goes across 2 different lines for each thing. But we have the need itself is be with family, martial training, acquire object, which is what we saw in the needs as well. So it's the same list that we see through there. The strength of what's actually sort of happening through here. So praying or meditating can have a major impact with what they're doing, and it is actually a need. Now we know that she wants to pray to the god Lish, that's a randomly made god in the game, and there's 2 areas in the fortress for doing that. So there really isn't any problem for her to be able to pray. So that really is not really a big issue. But when we have a look at the actual the strength, the focus. Is focus and impact's 2 separate ones. I think focus impact is the problem, and so this then sorts it by the most dangerous of the needs. It's a bit cheaty. I mean, it's more than a bit cheaty, but we do get access to what their needs are. But this is actually the amount that's actually being sort of targeted through here. So, negative 33,000 to be with family. She's got family here, so that's not something I can actually fix up. The martial training and the acquire objects are also fairly strong, so I could actually focus on those. But the easiest one to do here is just to fix the needs, so fill needs. So again, if I just type in the word needs, I've got fill needs in through there. I can always type in help fill needs and see what that actually is. Help fill needs, and it'll then tell me what to do through here. So temporarily satisfy the needs of a unit. So use a unit selected to make them focused and unstressed. So I'll just do that one through there. So that's all I need to do is just go fill needs. And there we go. So bang, it's basically been done. Command finish successfully. And if we now go back to all needs, we'll then see that these have all been reset. So it is cheating to do these resets, and we're then back down to just a standard sort of old list of drinking alcohol, taking it easy, cause trouble, fight. These are sort of low level. Crafting an object, she wants to do that. So these whole things, pray or meditate, is still very, very strong with focus, but we don't actually have this runaway train here with the focus. So she will still be struggling and moving around a little bit, but that's it. That's just another couple of very useful little commands. So at the moment, no unmet needs anymore. So that's actually now gone. Hope that all makes sense, but that's one way of just using DFHack. If you don't know the commands, just try to find the keywords as to what you think it's going to be that's going to be impacted, and then you'll often find things that you can then go and do. And I've got one other example of this actually. Before we move on, so we've got Spring has arrived. Cygnus is stumbling around obliviously. She will continue to stumble around. It may already be too late for Cygnus, but she no longer has the need to be depressed. So that's actually sort of what's happening through there. Get rid of that one. Now we do have a dwarf criminal, Ruined Stalker, is visiting. This is potentially an issue because we have all our valuables right here. So if we have a quick look and see who this is. Now there's a dwarf that's arrived from somewhere else. Our fortress is open, and so they've sort of wandered in. If we go and have a look at the units again, so if we go back across to here and then go to others, there she is. So Conifo, a guest with no activity, but she's a dwarf criminal, ruined stalker. So she's sort of like undead as well. And yeah, so let's just go and have a look and see where she is. So she is wandering around in here. So the ruined stalker. Now these are where we get sort of unusual aspects. What we might even do is open up the old legendary mode and just see what role she plays, how she became a ruined stalker, whatever the hell that is. Let's do that actually. Let's go and do that, because these often there's like, because the game is just so deep with its legends and its etc. It actually ends up in a situation where you've then got these often these things that are really going to be sort of pushing the boundaries of the story in quite dramatic ways. So let's just go back out. I'll just go and grab and open up the Legends viewer. So what I've done is I've downloaded the Legends viewer into my downloads area under Games and then Dwarf Fortress. I should clean all this out at some point. 2025 Legends viewer in through there. And so we saved this one a couple of years ago, like in terms of gameplay. So we'll see what we know from when this was actually then done. So we'll just go into the Legends viewer and through this other side. It will then open up a mock browser and then just add the Legends mode into here. Now this is from 30406, so we're actually a year or so later than this. So let's just go and load that one in. So this is Kenomtar is the land that we actually have, and we're looking for someone or other. Now, there's probably going to be hundreds of them. All right, let's explore it now. There's another thing I keep on meaning to spend a bit of time just getting used to how this thing actually does work. So if we go back into our society, I'm guessing historical figures, and we'll search for for a dwarf. What was the last name there? Rinse Trails. So we'll just go that way. Nope. It was they're all there. It's not showing up. That's interesting. Unless they can have fake names. They can have fake names. Ruined Stalker. I'll just type that in as well and just see if that comes up in that particular list. Ruined Stalker. No, not seeing it there either. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, so I'm not going to spend too much time with that. But anyway, that doesn't seem to be giving us any information about who this actually is. So it could be giving us a false name, most likely, with what's actually going on. We can actually always go and check and see if they've got anything that they potentially have stolen. They're wearing a crown, a muskox tooth crown on their head, a weasel bone ring, and a porcupine nail earring in the right ear, and a bracelet on the right hand. So we've got those sorts of things. This item is part of the regular creature's regular clothing. So there's nothing much there that we sort of see an amulet on their head. Yeah, just there's nothing. It's all pretty sort of stock standard. Overview, health wise, we're not going to sort of see anything through their skills. Probably not going to really know much about what this one actually does do. Skilled mace dwarf in through that side. Not very good at conversation. Just a proficient tracker for outside, so yeah, not too bad with what it's doing. Rooms, no quarters, yet labour. There's nothing else in through there. Relations, Now it does actually have a whole lot of different people. Actually, is that a male or a female? It is a female. Relations. It's got a wife, but it doesn't say who that wife actually is. It does have a whole lot of sons and things, mothers and daughters. So we can sort of see there that there's a whole lot of different people. The only one that's actually active, there's none of these are actually available in our fortress. So, but we do have Kib, the potash maker, back in through there. So we can sort of start to find out more things about this one. Now this one is the Phrases of Knowing. There's a member there, the Truthful Tomb, former Baroness of Scarlancers. That's interesting. So we should be able to find out information about that. Site Government, the Phrases of Knowing, yes, currently a member there. So former members of everything except for the Phrases of Knowing, which is a site government. But if we go and have a look at at Scarlancers and then sort of see the baronesses that have been associated there, we'll just see if we can find out any information that side of things. Oops, wrong one. So if we go across to geography, and no, it won't be geography, it'll be infrastructure, sites, Scar Lancers, there we go. A Dwarven Helix with, so we're going to have a quick look and see what's actually happened through this other side. So there's been different battles, beast attacks, notable deaths, etc., etc. Mainly dwarves at this location. Where is it located? It's close to where we are. We're over here as well. So this is actually sort of like a part of where things are actually sort of happening. And if we have a look, try to find the leaders of this particular one. Notable deaths, abductions, beast attacks. So something happened. But there's only 65 chronicles in through here. Abductions, rampages, different beasts and things. Abductions, yeah, we're not sort of seeing any of the actual people, like it's not seeing her name anywhere. So these are different abductions back in like sort of running through history. These are old. Maybe we'll just go to one of the more recent, start at the more recent, whoops, where we are. Routed sieges, that's a battle. Just go back again. Lots of abductions again. Lots of abductions. I wonder what these are doing. Like we've got the there's an elf wear llama that actually is that was on a beast rampage. And there's just all these different abductions. There's just heaps of them. They sort of go back a fair way in time. I don't want to go back too far. We're not seeing who the leader is here. I do have to spend some time with this one. The region is the current owner, the clasp of matches. Let's have a look at this one here. Wars, current sites, Scarlancers. Got 79 different events there. Well, that's the grouping there. Yeah, we don't get any other information there. Hi Zilla, how you going? And Naz and Morbits saying, have you resolved the minecart problem? Yes, sort of, to a degree. So I'll go through that as well. There's a little bit of DFHackery there as well that I've done, not to get them working, but to just reset it. So I'm going to start rebuilding, but I know what I was doing wrong now. So we'll get that one we'll do it bit by bit and get it fixed. Yeah, this is weird. Founded in 85 by the clasp of matches. Now this should be the list of the leaders here. So these became, like this one became the mayor in 85, Zon. So it should be in amongst this group. Let's just go and do 100. We'll just get all of them. So so it'll be the entity links that we're actually looking for, I think. So we'll just have a quick summary. We'll go to the bottom and work our way up. So this is different attacks that sort of then came back through. Got the sheriff there. Became sheriff, militia commander, became mayor, Bemble. We're not seeing baronesses, are we? Became an enemy, the giant dingo. It's got a lot of were-llama attacks that have come through. Became mayor. So these go way back now. I don't know how we can find where she is. She's not there. So I'm not sure what's going on there. It almost looks like it's too small to have a baroness, but anyway, it may have happened else at a different time. One other thing we can actually have a look at with this is to go back to our game and have a quick look on the map and look for Scarlances. Oops, hang on, and just see what we can find out from here. So if I just go and have a bit of a look, they were around here somewhere. That is the splash paint, knife paddle, basement blocks. Just double check that there hasn't been something that's been destroyed. Ring blades, shield beard, fortress dimple, Scarlances. There we are. Yeah, no, we can't find any other information about it. Site government, the clasp of matches, civilization, the truthful tomb, which is our own civilization. So for some reason, she's actually, I don't know what's happened with her, but she's come across to us here at Twinkling Hammer. So just moved up through here and was apparently the old baroness of that particular location. Anyway, that's what that is. Not sure if she will then go and try to steal something. We don't know. Let's just leave that one off. Make lie, yeah, that's all been done. Well, this one through here, if that's okay. Cygnus is still oblivious. We'll watch that one with a bit of interest. A bit of fighting going on, a bit of more fighting. We've only got 20 hostiles left. We've actually turned on. There's a forgotten beast in through this other side, seriously injured. So we do actually have a forgotten beast on this layer, which has been killing off all of the undead. And so this is sort of moving its way through. Just slowly sort of going and killing things. If we go and have a look at its health, can't stand or fly anymore. So there's lots and lots of damage done to it. So as we have a look through, we've turned on the, again, DFHack. We've actually allowed the undead to also start to rot away. So as we go through them all, there's a few undead still around on the map. But they will start to rot. Now there was another, there it is there. This is another forgotten beast that's come back as a zombie. So we've unfortunately got a big zombie undead here, undead forgotten beast, which makes them unbelievably powerful. So if we look at the health and through this other side, its ability to stand has been lost, but it will still be able to sort of move around. It is now a zombie though, so we have to be careful of this one here. This is the mutilated corpse, but still alive. So these should be sort of rotting away. And if we have a look at the DFHack yet again, we do actually have another one that we actually have that we can then go and place, which is the, what is it for the rotting? I always forget what it is. It's not going to be the undead. I don't think we're going to see anything there. Undead, no. Undump. What would it be? I'm just going to grab myself a drink of water. Be right back. What is it? And I figure it's not rot. It's the it's one of these. I'll just have a quick look and see if I can quickly see it before I go through and just go through the next bit. There's so much you can do with DFHack. It's unbelievably good. I just want to make sure that that is actually still operating because I thought I'd had it working once before. Seed watch, ban cooking, blueprint, burial. No, none of those. Deteriorate. So causes corpse, clothes, and or food to rot away over time. This is the one here. So deteriorate. I do have this one turned on. I'm just going to go and see if you can enable it. I can go to deteriorate status. I don't have to write the word status, but let's just go and type it in anyway. And so this is disabled currently. So every time I come in, I've got to turn it back on again. So I'm going to enable deteriorate, just to get rid of the undead stuff. And so it is now enabled. So corpses, it's sort of running through the deterioration of corpses, which will run a little bit every day. So eventually they'll sort of just rot away. So it doesn't remember from session to session. It only remembers in the current session that we're playing. So I do have to remember to keep on turning this one on. But it's the forgotten beasts are killing off all of the undead, except for this one is now an undead anyway. So there's going to be a lot of old corpses and things sort of around the place. So you can see there's a whole lot of blood and so on and so forth with these two forgotten beasts now operating. But that one will eventually rot away, so that way we don't have to worry about it too much. Okay, let's go now to the minecarts and sort of figure out what we're doing there. F4, it's just below this, I think. Yeah. So what I've done is, we've got minecarts that are sort of operating. Actually, this is old. This is not the one that I thought I'd saved. Yeah, okay, this is okay. So what I now want to do is I've sort of hacked this one and really screwed it up a little bit. Like I had built a way down ultimately that just didn't sort of really work. So I've been trying to clean up the minecart system that I had built down through here, just so I can reset, because I did really screw it up badly. So it goes down a long way. And so I want to essentially make this one now solid rock, rather than go through with what I've actually already done. And so, because it ends up being quite messy, so I'm just going to cheat with this one through here. So we've got diorite wall in through here, granite wall in through there. I can just sort of make things like granite. This is a little bit, and I did do this one before, and I obviously didn't save the one that I was working on top of. So if I go back to my stocks, if I go back to DFHack, there's a command here that I can sort of use to destroy different things. Now, one thing I will need to do is to dump all of the stuff that I've got through here. So maybe we'll just do a quick cleanup and then go back to what we're actually doing. Now, there's also a whole lot of items ready for dumping as well. If I go back even deeper into the fortress, we had a whole lot of stuff coming in here for dumping. That's all fine, actually. I might just go back and... yeah, that's okay. We'll just go back up the top here. We've been sort of dumping a lot of stuff. I'll just come back into this one and pull the lever, do it now, just to atom smash all of that stuff. Store them in stockpile. So they're just bringing skulls and things to fill up. And so I've been trying to undump all of this stuff. So all of this stuff is being dumped to be thrown down into here. I'm just going to now just go and undump all of this, and then we'll just redump it again at some other point. Just this way, it's going to be claim. So we're just going to remove the dumping designations. Just go and do that. That way, we're not really worrying about it too much, and that way I can just clean up the bottom of where we're doing things. Because what I want to do is I want to reset the rock back into here. So just sort of reset everything. So I'm just going to go back in. I'll just get all of the boulders that have been set through here. So I'm just going to go back into dump mode, and then we'll just use another DFHack command to move all of these boulders into a position away from all of this. Just go a bit. I'll put the minecart there as well. I think I'll just go and grab that. Grab the minecart. Then what did we do with that one? We then ended up having that one. Then sort of came up through here. So we just want to clean this up. Just so I can sort of have it so that actually I can just do this a bit easier by doing it this way. So I can go all the way down to where we were. So I'll just go and set up all of those different things for dumping, and we'll now just go and do the next DFHack command, which is to auto dump. And so I'm just going to go and place the cursor here essentially for auto dumping. If I just go across into DFHack, GUI auto dump, it then sort of has like a little command that I can just double click it there. And so all of those rocks will then be placed there along with the minecart. So the minecart's in amongst that as well. And that's a really nice little handy one just to remove things from where you actually are. Now we also then have like from, where's our top location? Was that it? No, it wasn't. So this is actually sort of where we're building our minecart system, and I still use this to test things out. So I'm going to fill in a lot of what we see through here, and there is a command I can make use of again in DFHack. So if I just go into the, there is actually a different GUI / command that we can use to very, very cleanly fix up our fortress. This is really handy, and it hasn't been this good before. Actually, one thing we can just quickly do is just go to our stops as well. We're going to sort of reset. We only have one there, so that's okay. All the stops are gone. Track stop, I'm just going to, I have to remove certain things. So I'm just going to get rid of the track stops. But I think that's all. Should we have another one there? Let's get rid of that track stop there as well. So I'll just designate those for removal. But the other bits and pieces we can just override. So we've got another GUI command. So if I go back into the search in through here and again just go into the launcher, I think I can just type in GUI and then / and then see all of the different, these are graphical user interface. So graphical user interface for anything we want sort of in the game. So having a quick look through, and again I've forgotten which one I was using, but there is a good one here. I think it begins with T. Where is it? Tile types, I think. Yeah, tile types, I'm pretty sure. Let's have a look at this one through here. So this is Interactive Shape the Maps. This tool is a GUI for placing and modifying tiles and tile properties, allowing you to click and paint the specified options into the map. Warning, there's no undo support. So you do need to sort of be relatively accurate with what you do. Now, it's not, if I just use granite as an example, I should be fine. So if I just go and press enter with that one through there. This one's been around for a while, but it never had the GUI, like the graphical user interface. But now with the graphical user interface, it's really, really good, like in terms of being able to manage this very effectively. So before you had to write the commands about what you were doing. But with this one, we don't. We now actually have this whole painting area. Now this, I don't know when this came in, but this is not what it used to be like. So this now makes it very, very easy for us to fix up big mistakes that we've made in our fortress. So we can sort of go through. And so the way it works, and again, I've forgotten exactly what we do, is we have you do have to sort of go and select a lot of these things that have got none, need to be set up with how you're then going to actually then go and do it. But you also have the mode is either to paint, so you've got the painting through there. You've got this one here is replace, so replace non-empty tiles. This one is to fill in empty tiles, or to essentially remove selected tiles as well. And so you then have more options down through that other side. So it's a bit of a combination between removing buildings like this, and so we'll just go back into more options, back in through here. That's all going to be okay. I'll just leave that one where that actually is. I think I can then just, see how I can double click on those. Can I do that one? Yeah, I can do that one as well. So I can actually get rid of that. There's still the track stop there. I can't get rid of the track stop. But I can go through anything that I've built. I can then just use this remove to very quickly sort of just move my way through. And anything that's built on this layer, I can essentially just double click and remove. Or I can just do it that way as well. Remove that. And so we're just removing all of the stuff that's been constructed. Whoops, that's also the tiles. I can't undo. That's still not going to be a major problem because I will be coming through, and so I'll just go and remove all of this stuff. Anything in there, just going to remove all the bits and pieces. Now we also want to make sure that we're here. So anything that I've sort of constructed, I can ditch. We will fill this in, of course. When we sort of get a bit closer. So it's cheating, but it will clean up your fortress. And I did want to, because I'd made so many mistakes with the minecart, I did want to sort of set this one up You can sort of set up things where it's illegal for the fortress to do different things. These aren't going to really matter that much because I'm going to be filling these in anyway, but let's just go this way. And clean these up. So this is going to be all the minecart system, but as I said before, I've pretty much screwed it up. That's now looking straight through, so we're now looking down into the bottom. That's as far as we got. So now we can go back and paint. And so now we need to go and paint in what we actually had before. Hi Erin's, how you going? So if we go in across, now we've got the shape. If we go and click on these things, it's either empty, floor, wall. Wall is what we want to be placing in here. Then we have to go to the material. And so the material that we actually have is going to be air, soil, or stone. So stone is what we want. The stone type that we have, now this is something before when you had to write in the command for all of this, you then actually had to know what the game used for everything. Let's just go and place some granite in. So these are all the different sorts of stones. This is also another way that you can cheat as well. If you really, for example, need gypsum powder, you can then go and make a quarry just with gypsum or whatever you want. So you can sort of go and add a lot of different things. But let's just go into, if I can start to type in granite, for example, it will then sort of come up with granite down through there. Green diamonds. We'll go to granite. So with the granite selected, now the special is going to have normal, smooth, worn. Like I can then go through what type of granite is then coming back through the variant. I'm not sure what the variants actually are. I'll just go back to none there. And they've got more options there. But if I just go now and select those two, bang, it's in there, and we no longer see it. So I'm just going to come back up and just select all of these. Granite, I think, was pretty much these are diorite, but that's all right if we just use a bit of granite in through here. So I can repair all the screw-ups that I've made in my fortress. I'm going to leave that open because that's what it was like. Just move that one across. And I don't want to go crazy and build a great big area because it will then just replace everything with granite. And we're using granite now. This is fine. So on a sort of essentially a granite layer in through this other side now. But it's just, rather than having all this problem that we had, it's going to fix up and sort of, it's going to repair the scars that we made with our ineffective minecart system. So it'll give me a chance to restart, which I will appreciate. Now that one also then went all the way down here. Now we're looking at firelight. I'll still just make it granite though for here. It won't matter too much. Now that track stop, oh, it did replace it. That's good. There was another wall there that we had placed. There's something, a bit of a problem there. So it's not replacing this one. I'm going to have to go back to remove. There we go. And then replace. It's remembering what we did. So it's much, much easier than what it used to be to actually build this. And so we're now back in this position here. I can just go and place in, what's that one there? That's bauxite. Let's just go and change that one to bauxite. And bang, done. So we've got another wall in through that side. I mean, if I decide that I want to even extend the wall a little bit up this way, I can then go and do that. Not that I really need to. So let's just leave it. At least we've now repaired it. So that's another really quite useful tile types. But make sure that you use the GUI aspect of it first. It makes such a big difference. So we can now just right click on that one and we're now done. We're sort of done that particular one. So so that's a clean way of cleaning up your fortress. So now we have all of those areas underneath. So yes, it is cheating, but oh, hang on, that's still there. The track stop. I'll cancel removal. Don't know if I can get rid of that cleanly. This is what I mean. You do end up with some things that just don't quite work. Don't think I can do anything with that. There's no minecart routes that we've now got. We've sort of gotten rid of all of those. Anyway, we'll get to that one. So that's just stuck in rock now. that particular one. I don't think there's any way we can do that one. I'll just go back and do another GUI slash, hang on, Control Shift D. Tile types. It's so much easier. Yeah, it's still just there. I'll just leave it there. We'll figure out what to do with it afterwards. All right, that'll do. Okay, let's just get into it. Hi, Atomic Ant, how are you going? So we can now sort of go back and start to figure out what we need to do with our minecart. Now, what we need to do is be testing to see how it can go up, and we need it to go up through the various Z layers. So we have this one through here. We do actually have an area above it that can be used as well for testing, and so I think we'll actually go and do exactly that. So we'll go and build from around the middle here somewhere up, maybe even here, and then just figure out how we can then sort of get this thing to work. Now the problem I was doing before was I wasn't letting things be built, and it's unfortunately a bit of a process of needing to build and then unbuild like aspects of it rather than just unbuilding them from the get-go. But we'll experiment with that as well. So what we want to do here is we want to get and it's again, we'll be stumbling around a little bit in the dark here a little bit. Let's just go and do that. And then what we want to do is we want to go and make sure that we have mining across this other side, because we're going to sort of use this a little bit. And I'm just going to go and channel in down a little bit along here. Okay, so we'll just go and do that one. Also want to make sure that the minecart, actually I'll use this to build up the speed around this other side, but I will go and get them to continue with everything that's going on through this other side. So let's just go back across and carve a track in the floor. So we'll just go back across to there and just go and do all of that. So they're just going to go and carve in the tracks in these locations. I'll get the track, actually I'll get the track there as well. Just need to sort of tell it which direction. Actually, if we go and carve that way as well, that probably would be better. So I'll get back to the full track around this location. So they'll come in and now fix all this up. So we'll just go and unpause the game and let them run forward. Here we go. So the Queen has now finished created Cabfash, a mudstone figurine of lead craft puzzles. She offers it to the Contested Hammer, which is our site government. So I'm just going to go and click on OK and pause again, because we will now just go and fix that one up. So we actually have, so she's now created this one through here. They're still sparring, which is fine. If we go and find where she actually is, that was here. So there she is there. Now she is now a legendary stone cutter, so she's now sort of got incredible skills in that regard. If we have a look and see, she was working in here, so there should be at the bottom here. There it is, Cabfash there. Now this is being designated to be picked up, so you can see there in the top right hand corner. This item is tagged by a task and will not be used by other tasks. So I can't do anything with Cabfash just yet. This is an artifact. If we go and have a look at this one, we can actually go and see what it is. This is a mudstone figurine of lead craft puzzles. All crafts is the highest quality. This item is masterfully designed, a masterfully designed image of lead craft puzzles. The Dwarf and Dwarves in Mudstone by Winterflautus. Lead is surrounded by the dwarves. The artwork relates to the ascension of the dwarf lead craft puzzles to the position of Baron of the Truthful Tome in 153. It is decorated with turkey leather and encircled with bands of sheep wool and oval blue jade capuchons. This object is adorned with hanging rings of tower cap and menaces with spikes of mudstone. So there we go. So it's made a little figurine. So what we need to do now is to set that one up in our in essentially where everyone can have a look at it. Now, what we can do here is start to. She doesn't like, even though she's given it to the actual fortress, we don't have to use it with the fortress. This is worth a lot of money. And if we have a quick look at her needs, let's just go back there again. We're sort of going a bit all over the place. The one area that we actually are doing well here is the throne room. So we've got a royal throne room, and she needs a royal throne room. That's actually all okay. She also then has the great dining room. She needs a royal dining room. So that's so we've got a really good dining room, but it's not good enough for the queen of the dwarves. So we've got a grand bedroom, but needs a royal bedroom. We've got a grand mausoleum, needs a royal mausoleum. So we can raise the value using this figurine if we wanted to. And so I think we'll go and do that one. But I think I might make it in the mausoleum because that's sort of close to everything that's going on. So we don't need it in the throne room. So let's just go back. It's F3, and then we go south. This is actually her throne room in here with all gold flooring and sort of carved pillars. We haven't done much. We can do more here. I might go downstairs to the bottom of the map, and not the bottom of the map, just we were sort of operating in around. Where's the layers? Hang on. We go to F6, F5, F4. So her quarters are here. So these are actually her quarters. If we go and have a look at these zones and go and click on this one through here, we can see there this is Winter Flautus, dining hall, and then we have the Winter Flautus back in through this other side. And we're trying to pick this up. We've got like special gold figurines and so on and so forth. We haven't done much in here yet, but we do actually have a gold table. And these have been like jewel encrusted. Like we've got sort of like this object's menaces spikes of finely crafted kunzite. So we're using very, very high value materials in through here. And we could, the dining hall, let's just go and see if there's other things we can go and add in here, just because we've been building these up over time. Hi, Began, how are you going? So we just go back to furniture, we'll go back to chair, and we want to make sure that we select the material after placement. I will keep on building afterwards, even though we don't actually have it. Now, we should have, gold throne. See how there's one gold throne? All of this stuff around it is showing us that it's of extremely high quality and also has been enhanced. So we've got like extremely high quality, but also gem encrusted. So this is going to be for in this particular room. So we'll just go and place that one there. We also have other needs that she does actually have. She needs, we've got a gold weapon rack, a gold armor stand in through there. We have a lignite cabinet here, which is actually also an artifact. So we could actually go and place another artifact in her bedroom. And so I might even just go and do that one. Let's just go back and place another furniture item, which will be a display cabinet. Hopefully we've got a gold one. Now I've only got cheap, crappy ones. So we're going to be wanting to build maybe one of those. So let's go and build a fair few of the gold pedestals. So we just start to sort of get everything sort of queued up a little bit more effectively than what we've had before. So if we just go back into F8, which takes me down to the bottom of the fortress, and we do have gold smelting in here. So we're going to add a new task. Furniture, gold. And this makes it very, very high value. Where are you? Not seeing it there. Blocks, bins, armor stands, pipe sections, chain, bucket, barrel. I am not seeing the display. Try that again. Add new task. Other objects maybe. Go gold this way. Altars, bookcases. This looks more like it, I think. Minecarts, nest boxes, pedestals. There we go. So I'm going to make a fair few of these. That's other objects, gold. We should remember what you did last time. That would be pretty handy actually, or to be able to copy. I can sort of set this one up, but let's just go and add new task. Other gold pedestal. Other objects, gold pedestal, and one more. Where was it? Other gold pedestal. So we'll just get those many gold pedestals made up, and then we'll use those to display everything. So I won't display that just yet. That will go into storage for a little while. Let's just go back up to the top of the fortress again and down to her quarters. The other thing we need, well, we might as well sort of just start working our way through this. She does have, the export of figurines is now prohibited at this stage. The mayor has also got the export of short swords is prohibited. But what we need is we do actually need to get her. She needs 10 chests in her rooms, 5 cabinets, 5 weapon racks, and 5 armor stands. Now we've been slowly gem encrusting furniture to be used in her holdings. So let's go and place some of those in here now as well. So we'll just go into into this particular room and start to position even more of these in around what we're doing. So gameplay is saying so many beds. Well, I've actually got more that I need to do, and we do actually have. I don't want to be anything that I've got. Like if I go back up to, is it F4, F5? Down through here, this is actually where we've got like we've got a jeweler's workshop there and another jeweler's workshop here. One of the jeweler's workshop cuts the gems, and I don't know if, we don't actually have anything else going on just there. And then this one here is designed to also cut gems, but also then to gem encrust the furniture. Now what we've got is we've got a storage pile down here for basic stuff, and in through this other side we've got a gem stockpile. So when we do actually have gems, these are the rough gems. So the rough gems go from here up into these to be carved. Once they've actually been carved, this is actually where the cut gems are. So we have all the cut gems in through here. The cut gems are then used to go into furniture. Any furniture that is constructed that's of the right quality, if we have a quick look and see what this is core quality, it has to be either beds, cabinets, coffins, doors, whatever else it might be. But the actual material, it has to be gold. So we've gone, whatever we make out of gold for those furniture items will ultimately end up in here. Now, once they end up in this stockpile, they then go back to the gems into these areas. So anything that arrives in here that's been made out of gold, any furniture will then be encrusted with the gems and then be placed over through here. So over here now we actually have essentially high level items. So if we have a look at this item back in through this other side, we can again see this one has not actually been encrusted. It's just gold. It's just high value gold. And I don't know how I can change that. This one as well is only low value, but it's still gold. That one there has also not been gem encrusted. I think I'll still be okay with that one. This one has been gem encrusted. This is an exceptional gold cabinet. It is encircled with bands of well-crafted oval cut rock crystals, and so it's actually sort of these have all been done. We've got that throne which is going to be picked up now, and then placed in her room. We've got another cabinet there. So this one again has been encircled with bands of emerald cut smoky quartzes. So these are cabinets we can then go and place in her quarters, and we do need to go and do this. So if we go back down to F8 again, I'm going to need a lot more chests, golden chests. Which I mean, I don't have to use them, but I think I'll just go and get a few more. Add new task. Furniture, gold, and in this case, chests. Add new task, furniture, gold, and chests again. So we're just making all these things for the Queen. Furniture, gold. And we'll just sort of slowly build up over time. Gold chest. So I'll just go and get those built as well. We're still going to need more armor stands. I might even set up, we'll have mundane armor stands, but I do want to use those gold ones for her quarters. Let's just go back to F4, go down. Let's go and put some more armor stands back into this other room as well. So we'll just go and put them on either side of the door. So we do actually have those, even though they're not gem encrusted, they'll still be okay. So we'll just go and position this furniture. In this case, it's going to be, actually it's not furniture. Is it military? Yeah, military. Then we've got the weapon racks and armor stands. So I'm going to position a weapon rack there. So we do have gold weapon racks. We've got a couple of these actually. No, we've only got one. So we're just going to go and grab that one. And we'll go to the armor stand here. So furniture, military, armor stand. We've got 2 gold armor stands that have not been positioned yet. Okay, we'll go and place one there, and we might place one in the throne room. The throne room's already set up. I'll go back to the quarters again. We do need to get this room better. This is her sarcophagus, so we need to get her tomb at a higher level. While we're here, actually, what I might just quickly do is just go and engrave the flooring, or engrave the walls. Let's do that. Let's not worry about that one there. So that will be, we've got a master engraver in the fortress who has been engraving the floor. Like all of these things are engravings of different histories. These are engravings in gold, and these are as well. So we've got like gold flooring in around the sarcophagus. We've got a gold sarcophagus. It's all happening. It's all happening quite nicely. So we'll just go back down again, F4, go down, and we'll position those other stands and things back in through here as well. So we'll just go back into the armor stands. So we'll just go back into furniture, the military, sorry, armor stand. We've got one more that we can then go and place. The cabinets, we'll just see if we've got any more of those. So this will then raise this, like by building everything out of gold, we're going to end up with a very, very, a great little room here. With the value will just keep on going higher and higher. So we'll just go back into furniture. Chests, have we got any gold chests? No, we don't. I'm looking for like things on the side to sort of show high quality. So let's not do that one. What about, we know that we've got some cabinets we can then go and place as well. So furniture, cabinets. Yep, so these are both high level. Let's go and place another golden cabinet back in this room. There we go. So this will, even that will be enough to raise the level. I could just use mundane non-gold chests for things as well. But we'll just sort of get her quarters set up. So again, having a quick look at what her needs are. We have satisfied the throne room, like the big room with, it's only got the throne in it, but with the gold flooring. And then these are all getting very, very close. So the value just has to come up. So we just have to keep on adding items until we bump it over the edge of the value, and then that will then satisfy her needs. We still have a lot of things we need to do in through here. So we'll just wait for all those to be positioned. Okay, let's just go and unpause. So eventually the guys will then sort of bring these back through. Bolts have hatched. Yep, that's now we need cancels in cross furniture with cut gems, needs gem. Okay, in the link stockpile. All right, that's not working just yet. Forgotten Beast is still working, is still attacking outside with the sparring going on. They've transformed back. One thing we should do, actually, rather than looking at this, is we should find that that thief. Now it's gone. We do have a friendly cage goblin. That's the one that turns into the aware llama. Got a cage prisoner in through there as well, the goblin. But we no longer have the thief. The thief has left in the time that we've been doing all of this. Might just go back up to the top of the fortress and just see if we see anyone leaving. Because in one sense, I do want to keep track of what's going on here. I think that she's already gone. Well, one thing we should have a look at. Yeah, okay, we've got export bans and stuff. One thing we should actually have a look at here is that we don't actually have a. What am I trying to say? That we haven't lost any of the items. So let's just quickly go down into here. are all the items here. Looks like this one has still got the artifact. Still got the artifact there, even though we can't see it. Artifact there. Artifact there. So our artifacts are sort of being shown up in through this other side. We might rearrange the layout of this, because these, there's a gold pedestal there. That's gold pedestal. Okay, this is all gold pedestal stuff. That's fine as well there as well. And that is a grown blue diamond pedestal, which I think is its own. What is that one? This is a grown blue diamond pedestal. It's encircled with bands of pear wood. So again, very, very valuable. So this is actually where we're displaying everything. There goes the engraving. The fact that we don't know where that other thief now is, I'm not sure what we do about that. Yeah, the Forgotten Beast is still fighting its way outside. Good, we're making soap. The industry is going fairly well. I don't think we're sort of behind in any of the industries as such. The stocks look very, very healthy. Here we go, here we go. Thief, protect the hoard. Okay, so we do actually have a thief that's now been spotted inside, and this one is now running away. So this is Stroker, the kobold thief. Orangutangs, the planter, has also been sort of caught unawares by the thief. So the thief has made its way into the fortress. Now, if it continues on, let's just press the full stop key here. If it's moving into, no, it's now running away. Orangutans is chasing it out of the fortress. There's not much I can do to stop it. It's not going to be able to close off the gates before anything really happens. Now, orangutans is not fighting it just yet. So that was seen before it could get in. These guys can open up doors, and we've had to block this off to stop them from getting into the fortress. They did a lot of damage the last time we had kobolds sort of enter the fortress. It was not pretty. So he's going to be chased up through here. Let's just watch. So orangutans doesn't seem to be concerned about this one. Yeah, everything looks pretty cool there. Actually, we should have a quick look and see what Cygnus is up to. We've got one invader. Yep, that's that guy there. Let's go and double check on Cygnus. Eating. So now it's starting to come good. So Cygnus is now going to be able to still haggard. Will need to be fixed up. So there'll be a lot that we have to then go and do there as well. That's all good. We'll just let them do what they're going to do. God, there's a lot of people having a party in this area, which is fine. We don't have a real big need. These have now got engravings. Finally crafted an image of Wealth Focus, the Lignite Cabinet by Falcons. This one here is finally designed image of a turkey hen. There we go. All these little history things we end up finding. So this is the superiorly designed image of Rummy Umbridge's The Flowery, the Troll of by Falcons. Falcons is this one here doing the engravings. Rummy the Flowery is labouring. The artwork relates to the settling of the troll Rummy Umbridge's The Flowery in the Mountain of Threatening in the year 39. So we're getting the history of the world just put into the actual into the engravings. I don't think we're going to see the. Just let it go out. Yeah, orangutans doesn't even care. So will this one come back? No. So orangutans is hauling stuff that was outside. So we've still got mudstone and stuff, which so they're just bringing them into the inside the fortress. Not that we really need it. Yeah, Forgotten Beast is still fighting. Let's have a quick look and see what it's up to. Where it is. So it's in around here. There it is there. Seriously injured. Unfortunately, it's going to come back as undead as well. But you can see the swathe of undead that it's killed. And so we've got hardly any, like all of the stuff has been attacking it. It's all just, is its own blood? Yeah, its own blood has just been dragged all the way through up to where it currently is. So it's off now to try to find other undead to kill. But, so we're down to 19 hostiles on the map, which is, so it's cleaning them out. But then they become a big problem as well. So there's our sort of inside the walls here is where we've got all of our beasts of burden. You can imagine the damage that would happen if something got inside there to start killing these, all the zombies that would then sort of be formed. It would be not good. There's a zombie there that's probably going to be chasing that one down, I would guess. Anyway, they're all slowly dissolving away anyway. Let's just go back up to the quarters here. So this has now all been placed. I'll go down to F8 and just sort of see how we're going with these different things. So we're still making the gold pedestals. So we have 2 gold pedestals. So I'll go and add another one into the common room over here. And we can then place the other artifact there. I won't bother putting it into the other bedrooms and things. So if we just go and place this one, this will be under furniture, display, gold pedestal. And I might as well get even more gold pedestals as we build them. I'll just build them up in this room. Furniture, display, gold pedestal. Right, there we go. And what I'll do as well is just go to F6. Now, if Adam smashed that one, that's unfortunately that's going to. If we're going to have to, I'm going to have to open this one up, and I didn't think about the trouble we had there with that one. Let's go back up to here, pull the lever, do it now, and then eventually we need to sort of go and get rid of all of this stuff as well. Just go back and reclaim all of these for anything that's been sort of locked away. So this is like a stockpile of, like when we slaughter animals, we just bring their skulls and things down into here. So I can throw most of them away. Let's just go and wait till somebody comes and fixes this up. There we go. Oh, here we go. So we actually now have a group. Here's the thief. It's going to come straight past these guys. Now, we don't need to worry about this. So only 7 invaders, so they're just a whole lot of goblins that have come through. Our military is stronger than this. So, but we want to be fighting inside the fortress. We don't want to be fighting outside the fortress. So I'm not going to parley with them. Actually, I might parley with them, but then let them attack me. And so what we want to do here is essentially just destroy them. We'll destroy them with our military. So game player saying, do goblins still do goblin raiding? Yes, they do. Here they are. So your products are stylized furnitures. No, that's just, we're building that for the queen. So I'll quickly go and talk about that. I'll just go and keep it on pause here. So we have a few different things. We've got a petition there. Parley with the malice of acts here. So we have to go out and parley with them. Our mayor has to go out and talk with them. I'll come back and talk about that one in just a minute. So we've got the petition, we've got the siege. These guys are still fighting it down below. So just going through, now we've got the Phil saying usually 6 gold floors engraved by a good engraver and 4 platinum ones make a room for a king. Yeah, it doesn't take much really with the way that we're sort of tackling it. But we'll just come back into so the furniture we have. What we've got is we've got 109 dwarves that live in our fortress back in through here. One of the dwarves, something happened to our queen or king. I think we had a king, and something happened where that was attacked by either goblins or I think it was goblins. Anyway, they killed the king, and so the throne was open. This is a couple of years ago, and a bit of a nobody that happened to be living in our fortress decided to name herself the queen. So she has taken the role of queen of the dwarves. She doesn't have any history, like she doesn't have a background. She just basically claimed the right. So game player saying a very expensive throne room project. Yeah, it doesn't take much when you engrave gold flooring. Like it's actually a really easy way to get everything back up. Anyway, we've got the queen living here, so we've got the monarch happens to now be part of what we have. And as we're sort of adding in more and more things into here, so what we're just really trying to do is just raise the, we still need to satisfy these different things. I've now got 3 armor stands, 2 weapon racks, but I do need to raise the value of these other rooms. So by engraving the walls, we'll end up with more like a bit more value in the sarcophagus or in the mausoleum. So still, the throne room is fine. We've got like a lot of gold flooring on the throne room. So we just keep on sort of building these things up. We'll just tweak it as we go. So we're getting close, I think, to getting what we need in these other rooms. So they don't have to be massive rooms to be able to do it, but the gold flooring certainly does help. Now the parlay. What happens with a parlay is that the vile force of darkness, which is now over through here. I don't know if there's any others. No, we don't see any others any further down or up. So we've got this is Bax, the Goblin Axeman. These are old, skilled axemen. So it's going to be interesting when we do go to do the fighting. But then we're going to more likely capture them more so than actually fight with them, because these are not going to be a big threat to us at all, actually. So you can see that there's a whole lot of like arrows and things underneath where these things actually are. But we'll just go and we'll do the petition. So the Mallet of Axe wishes to parlay in order to avert loss of life. Do you approve this request? So let's go and improve the actual the parlay, and then we'll deny everything. So what they're coming for. So if we go and approve that, what we'll do is we'll find that the mayor will leave and come back out and go and talk with them. So if we go and have a look at where our mayor actually is, if we just go back into here, Vinyl Rabbit. Can we grab the mayor? Vinyl Rabbit. I'll just go and look for mayor for the Vinyl Rabbit. Tending a parlay. So if we go and follow Vinyl Rabbit, she will then sort of leave, go up through the fortress, out through the entrance, and we've got all these traps. So this is why I'm not really all that concerned about anything that's going to happen here. Now they get sick outside. There's this abhorrent goo. We're living in a reanimating biome, which is like an evil biome, which actually rains this goo, this mud on the ground, and so when it's raining, there's a lot of it makes the dwarves dizzy, and you can see they're dizzy and nauseous with Vinyl Rabbit, and so that's being outside as well as being in this abhorrent goo. Makes them a bit unhappy as well. There we go. Just dizzy now. So we'll then come across and parlay with the vile force of darkness. There they are. So good on you for talking in through here. So we'll just go and pause. So now we have the diplomacy. So she is now talking. And so the Goblin Axeman Marfy. So Marfy is the leader, meets with the mayor. Spit Confine is the property of our people. Pass this treasure into our possession, and we shall depart in peace. Now, this is what this is that will be something that we have, one of the artifacts, I would think. So we have a look at the objects menu through here. What was it? Spit something. Spit Confine. This is the treasure of the contested hammer. This is something that we had built. If you go and have a look at it, it's over through here on display at the moment. Now we've got these other ones. Let's just quickly go and, while we're remembering to do things here, let's just go and assign a new display item here, which is going to be, that was the, what was it that we made? It was a figurine, I think. Yep, Cabfash was the one that was just made. Done. So it's going to have Cabfash now on this particular display. So that will then be on that gold item. Actually, while we're here as well, let's just keep on seeing if we've got any more of the display, the gold displays. Yep. There we are. So just get more displays sort of set up and through this other side. So underneath here is actually where we do have Ulbakoth, which is the which is what is actually wanted to be shown to the dwarf. Like they're looking for this particular one. If you go and have a look at this one through here, yeah, it's a bulky rope breed sock. So they've come for that one. Its value is very, very high because it's an artifact. So that's what they want. So we'll just go back out to diplomacy. So so they're saying we can either gladly do as you ask and strengthen our bonds of friendship, or your claim is worthless here. Trade your lives if you must. So we'll do that bottom one. And if we just go back up the top again and just watch what actually does happen here. Let's go back to Vinyl Rabbit. Just watch what actually happens. So Vinyl Rabbit is underneath here and should now leave. And then they will get ready to attack. Now what we're going to need to do here is she's going off to clean herself up because she's got all this goo now all over her. So this is where what are you doing out here? Attending a meeting. You don't need to be attending a meeting. All right, so what we need to do is we now need to save the fortress. And it's not going to be hard to do. It's with the way we've got it all sort of set up. I won't bother following anymore. So we'll just go back into here. This one may have been going off to talk with the mayor, to try to sort of get in contact with the mayor. But we don't want them getting too close to the goblins, because the goblins will now start to prepare their attack. And so we do actually have the siege now underway. So now they've already done the parley, so we don't need to do anything else through there. It's still raining this abhorrent goo. So the goo is now all over these units. So if we have a quick look at Vinyl Rabbit, look at the items, we'll see there that the abhorrent goo is covering everything, like all the way through her lips, her teeth, everything is covered in this goo, which does make them dizzy and nauseous. So so it doesn't kill them. Sometimes you get like these sort of evil rains and stuff, or evil weather that actually can kill or can resurrect units as zombies. All sorts of weird and wonderful things can actually happen with that. What we need to do though is we now need to make sure that everyone stays inside and no one goes outside. I'm going to leave the door open because most of them are going to be caught in these traps when they come around the side of the fortress. So they may not even get inside the gate. But just to be safe, we don't want anyone wandering around outside. And so what we have is we have a burrows system. So if we have a look at the burrows and through here, we've got a thing called safe zone. So I've allowed all of this to be safe zone, that's safe zone, not there. So it starts there, starts to come back down. This is not safe zone. This is not safe zone, but inside there is. And so this is our fortress. I just need to now make sure that everything we're working on is actually considered to be inside the safe zone. So if we sort of have a bit of a look to see, yeah, there's a bit missing through there. So I'll just go and paint. Oops, hang on, just go and, yep, so I can just go and add a bit more. Go down. Get a bit more there, that's all fine. So like, because we sort of keep on building onto the fortress, we just need to keep on making sure that these zones cover the important things, but also that they don't go outside into dangerous areas. So it is safer to do this one level by level. That's all okay. I think I might just get a bit more there. Okay, down further. This is all fairly safe, this whole layer, really. So this is actually a mine that we have where we can go and get magnetite, I think, or hematite, one of the iron ores. Just kind of going through layer by layer. That one's done. That one's fine by the looks. Yep, that was our original entrance. So when we have a look, this was actually now blocked. We no longer use this entrance, but that was the original entrance for the fortress. This is where they'll go and clean themselves when they come back in, or one of the places that they can do that. That's just going down through the aquifers that we've actually got. Don't need that one anymore. That's fine. That's just a mine. Yep, that's the aquifer. That's all fine where we are there. Then we come into this zone. I'll just go and allow that to also then be extended. So I'm just keep telling them where they're allowed to go. That works. That doesn't work. So we need to, the areas that we're sort of working on down through here, I'll just go and position this one through a few different Z layers. Let's just go and do that. We don't want to have this, that's not going to matter that because they're not going to be able to get out to there. But we'll just keep this coming as well. That's all okay. So it allowed them to look for, this is actually where we get coal from. So I'll allow them ultimately for us to look for more coal at some point. Hi Boland, how are you going? I call it a mine. There we go. So yeah, Atomic Ant saying, yeah, we can have our socks, and when we pry it from our cold dead hands, you filthy goblin brutes. There we are. Yes, yes, indeed. These sorts of things. I think I will go and clean these up. Look, I know we're not going to be outside doing anything else in through there. I'll just leave that where that is. These are a bit more sort of dangerous areas, really. That's all okay. I think we should be pretty much good now. That's all safe. Actually, this is all safe as well. All of this in here is actually safe. Now, one thing I can do is actually do like a flood, where we actually sort of allow anything that's connected to it to go and do it. So I think I'll actually go and do that one. Flood fill by double click. If I go and make it 2D fill enabled, so if I just go and double click, it's then just going to flood fill that safe zone in through there. So that's actually fine, like all the way through there. If I go up a layer, we actually have more things that are still safe. So I'll just double click those. And this one's also safe for me. It's inside an area, which is important for me because this is actually where I get my my wood. This is my wood stockpile, and I've still got one more layer here, which is also safe, I think. Where's the walls? The walls there. Pretty sure that is all connected. Yep, that's all connected up through there. It's convoluted, but we've got all of these things under walls now, which means that should be connected as well to these. That's connected as well. And yeah, and that's the inside wall there. And this is inside, but I don't really have, oh, that's what I don't want. So now we're sort of outside here, which again, I've now made all of this safe. So I'm just going to have to go and I'll just go accept, and then we'll just go back and have to now eradicate this. So with the painting, I'll just keep it off for now. And I should be able to remove this burrow permanently. No. Repaint the burrow. Now, there should be, oh, it's down here. There it is. So just need to get rid of all of this now, because this is outside of where it's safe. That was a big mistake of mine to do that. Done all of the air on that layer, so I definitely don't want that to be safe zone out here. Goes all the way up to the top of the map. I think I can just grab whole swathes of the actual map itself and just go to the very, very bottom and just make sure that that's not actually selected. And that is inside. That's okay where that is. Don't have anything else selected over that side. Yep, so that is inside. That's fine where that is. And then it goes outside here. There's actually a special room in there that we want to get rid of as well. going over that side, which is good. I just don't want them thinking that they can go elsewhere. This is all outside. And that is all outside as well. It's important that we do allow this so that they can use the internal stairs. Just double check that we've got those. Okay, that then keeps all of that happening, which is good. So we've got that clean. Just keep on going down through the fortress. Yep, that's all safe. Yeah, so we're past there, past there, past there. This is all good. Nothing else that we're really building much into this zone. So just keep those where they are. That's all good. That's where we've got the animals. So just make sure that the zones that they can then work in are workable. That's a mine again. Because if I block it off and there's areas that we do need to be functioning in, that will be a bit of a problem. Nothing else for us to worry about there. Going further down into the actual depths, that's another mine that we had. Let's leave these sort of now going deeper. So we're getting close to the bottom of the fortress now. This is something that I do need them to be able to access. That is accessible, that's fine. That's accessible, so that's all fine as well. And that's all we need to do. So that's the bottom of the fortress. We still technically have a staircase that goes down deeper, but we're not using that. So that's all fine. All right, so that's the burrows now done. So we've now got the we can now just go back to our squads and activate the civilian alert. Again, these are DFHack commands that we've got, which just make things a lot easier. So we're going to activate the civilian alert, which is now going to mean that all of the dwarves have to now live inside that safe zone. So it's already set up that safe zone before. If I go and click on this one through here, you'll sort of see there that safe zone is the zone used for the civilian alert. So sound the alarm, civilians run to safety. So what we'll do is if we go back up top again, we should now see both of these. Now we'll return on inside. Where are you off to? That one's still moving off. Attend a meeting, but with who? Really does know a lot of people in the fortress, so that's a strange meeting to be having. The only real way of me stopping this from happening is for her to actually then be put into a military group and given an order. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to let Zilban. What sort of skills have we got? Expert miner. Oh well, it's a shame. I think she's going to die here. Don't know why she is going off to do this. Let's just pause this for a second. Okay, they're all getting ready. Now, surely she's going to be attacked. There may be a period of grace. Oh, now that's Stroker's left arm, which is a zombie kobold. Now that's going to freak her out. Let's just watch what happens here. This one won't be able to do much. Here's the vile force of darkness. So the left arm is crawling, the kobold left arm. Now Stroker is, yeah, Zilban is now fighting the left arm. Zilban shouldn't have really a big problem with this. If we just go and have a look at Zilban and look at this one through here. The Stroker's left arm punches a miner in the lower body, bruising the muscle and bruising the spleen through the cave spider silk trousers. If we just go back and turn on the pause, we can then just sort of run the game forward. Punches a miner in the upper arm. So the miner is not doing anything back just yet. Zubin says, I was attacked by the dead. The horror consumes me. Punches the miner again. Punches. Force bends the head. So this arm is going crazy here. Now the miner hasn't done anything back yet. Miner falls over. So this. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So yeah, this we're now sort of seeing other things. So the left arm is keeping on pushing, but then a force pulls the neck, tearing apart the skin back in through there. So this one punches the head. But then a flying silver arrow strikes the miner in the fifth toe right foot, shattering the mail through the trousers again, and the trousers are now starting to fall apart. The force twists the right foot, tearing apart the skin and tearing apart the right ankle's muscle. The miner falls over. And so now we find Zulban is not going to survive this, because now the goblins are here and are fighting. So we'll now sort of find that there will be more fights going on. But let's just keep on going with this one. Sroker's punches again. How fragile we are, begone fear, says Zulban. The miner scrambles away from the flying copper arrow. So now the goblins are now targeting Zulban. So Zulban was off doing I don't know what, but they're coming back in now. There's arrows flying at Zulban. It could be attacking the arm. Actually, that is now that doesn't look like it's animated anymore. If we have a quick look at we've got 10 invaders. Just see what they. Yeah, so there's 10 of the goblins now, and Zulban, for some reason, came out here to talk with them. So even though we've actually activated the civilian alert, Zulban didn't listen to it. Now Sroker's left lower arm is still there, but is now being killed. We're not going to be able to see too much. Let's just watch what happens in here, and Zulban is dead. Right, so that's over and done with. So Zulban was not a named character, so there's nobody for us to ban. There was one fast undead arm, says Boland. It was indeed. Hi Boland, how are you going, by the way? So something again saying catastrophe, the undead arms working with the goblins. Well, I think the goblins were firing at it as well. We could go through and see which one of them actually did that one. So they're now going to start to move in towards the attack. So they're now, the goblin force is now moving into the fortress. You can see there Sroker's left arm is fighting. Don't think we're going to be able to see much in through that side. But all of these different bowmen, pikemen, they basically are all killing off the miner. So the miner is now dead. It's been found dead already. That's all good. So they'll now start to make their way across with what they're doing. I'll just find. Yeah, they're still firing at stuff there. That's all okay. So we should have Zulban should come back as a zombie, I would guess. Not sure of the damage that's been done there. Yeah, Zulban's manglated corpse. Not going to be able to tell really until it's until we sort of see more. Now, what is going on here? Being tagged with a task. Now, what we don't want to have happen here is we don't want anyone coming outside to think that they've got to go and rescue or pick up bodies. So we're going to essentially just make sure that nobody goes out to here. So we're going to forbid this. We're doing this for two reasons. A, because we have the goblins out here, but also this will come back as a zombie, most likely. And so if we have a quick look now at this one here, the corpse is now forbidden, which means that nobody's going to come and try to pick up the corpse or any of the items that have dropped. I've got a lot of different corpses and stuff out through here where I just haven't, I've just forbidden them as they sort of come back through. Are they moving off yet? They're still congregating. Make sure there's no one else moving. Everyone else should now be safely inside the fortress, all operating inside this door. Now, if push comes to shove, the worst thing that can happen is we can just literally lock that door. But our military here is very, very strong. So what I want to have happen is have them, when they start to attack, we do want to then move across and position ourselves ready for them in here somewhere maybe. So we'll leave that one where that is. We've run out of lignite. This is actually where for making our steel, we need the lignite. We've got limited lignite on the actual map itself, and so one of the mine areas that we've got is for lignite. So I may have to go and look at more of that. Not that we need any more steel. We've got like a lot of steel happening at this point in time. So if it keeps on asking for it, I might just check my work orders and make sure that we've actually got enough. For what we're doing. Well, actually, one of them is if we don't have enough coke. So we'll actually have to, actually I might just quickly do that now. If we just go back into our work orders, which are down through here. So we're looking for the command for making coke. Coke from lignite. And you can see there we've got 2 of 4 have been done. Let's just have a quick look and see what this one's made up of. So it will only fire if there's the amount of lignite available is at least 5. And so it started firing. We did 2, but it's now sort of run out. So what we'll do here is I'll allow that to go on, but the actual number that we have is we'll change this one, make 1 coke from lignite if we have 5 of it. So we'll go and reset that coke. I'll just make sure there's no other coke ones. Sometimes you can get double ups, in which case they get a bit confused. No, that's it. So that one we should stop getting that message now, because if we run out of lignite, if we go back to stocks of lignite, we've got 3. So we need 5 before they'll start making coke again. And so as we get more and more of those little messages, we'll sort of have a bit of a look at those ones. Let's just go back to F1, and we'll just wait for the start of the goblins coming in. So we'll let them arrive. They're not doing anything just yet. This one should come back to life, unless they've completely smashed it. But they've only got sort of sharp weapons. Now, zombies are 3 times more powerful than their counterparts, than their normal living creatures. Still nothing coming there just yet. Again, so metalsmith cancels make coke from lignite, needs lignite. It was triggered there, but again, those work orders make coke from lignite. Where is it? So it's actually been triggered. There we go. Now it's not. So we just told it to double check again because you don't have enough lignite. So we not that we need it, because we're going to have a lot of steel stocks. If we go back into here and then type in steel, and then go down to bars, we've got heaps of them. Like it says 480 there. No, it's not. It's just going 38. 38 steel bars is fine. We don't need any more than that. So there's other bars and other things, but anyway, that's fine. So the steel industry is healthy, which is not really a problem. There's that little figurine that's now been placed there as well. So we've got all of those areas ready to go. F1 again, and wait for the invasion. So they'll wait about a month, I think, and then they'll come back in. Here they come. Slowly. Got one that's gone out in front. Now another little thing, I'm safe because of the burrows, but I just want to make sure that all of my cages have been set to forbid. So when we have a cage and a cage trap, just got to make sure that they are all set. That one's not. Forbid it. What this one does is it stops the dwarves from coming out to go and clean out the cage traps, and that can happen during sieges and stuff like that as well. It's just a safe thing to do if you think that there's going to be danger around an area. So I'll just quickly have a look at all of these, just make sure that they're not accessible. So what happens is when the cage, by having them forbidden, when the cage triggers, it actually then stops the dwarves from coming out and picking up whatever they've caught. Whereas if you don't do this, there's and they catch them, then the default is to come out and clear it, even if there's something going on. So it's just a safety factor to keep the dwarves safe if you don't actually have the burrow system on. So I'll just go and reset all of these. Be cool if there was a command actually that did it. But anyway, that's just got all of those. And we'll find the same thing down through here as well. These should all be set, all these cage. So I don't think they're going to get past my cage traps, to be honest. See, as we've been catching and resetting them, they're no longer set to forbidden. That's all good. Okay, so let's now just go and watch these guys. So at this stage, we have up to this door. So they're going to be targeting this door. This will be where they're coming in. There's nothing else that they can do. There's no vulnerabilities anywhere in the fortress. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock them in, because it would be pretty cool to also go and kill them with our military and give our military a little bit of more actual experience. But I don't want the military outside fighting. I want them inside. So let's go and watch these guys. Now, there was one that was racing ahead, wasn't there? This one here. That is, who is that? Stosub. Stosub Wet Devil. Now, there's a group. Where's the others? They're all just lumbering in behind. These are slow. There's Murphy, the leader. So this was the one leading the actual, now is this one, what's this one thinking? Disgust of dwelling would be caught in the freakish weather. Yeah, so they don't like the weather either. So the abhorrent goo is all over them. They're not dizzy though. They seem to be sort of better at adapting to that. Now what we should do is they should start to sort of come back past the. Now what have we got? We've got the Began has become a mace lord. There we are. So that's interesting. We might have a quick look and see what that means. So we'll go to Began. Oh, that's Klingzog. Hang on, where's Began? There we go. Began in through here. It's just sparring. So Began the Mace Lord. So that's now the new title. So when we see Mace Lord in the fights, it's talking about Began at this stage. This is a High Master fighter. So great Mace Dwarf. So really the skill level in here with combat is going to be exceptional. Yeah, level 11. There we go. Great discipline. Yeah, so our military is really, really superior. Like it's a very, very strong military. They're all in steel. They've all got steel weaponry and armor. Not all of them. Atomic Ant, for example, has got. It's stressed. Go to item now. This is our militia commander, but it's still got its original copper mace. So that's the one thing that's just not great. Everything else is steel, but there's a few of them with weaponry. Like this is Supreme Plague with a. Is leading a biting demonstration. There we are with a copper spear. So a lot of the originals have still got their old equipment. Klingzog with this taken some damage over the time. Copper warhammer, and so doesn't really they're attached to their weapons, so they don't want to give them up. Whereas everyone else has got steel weaponry, and so they're all sort of in a strong position here. Let's go and watch these guys hit our trap system. So these don't see the traps, the kobolds do. Bang, caught. So they won't even make it inside. Like all of them will just be caught as they sort of hit these areas. Next one caught. Next one caught. That's 3. Another one. Another one. What about that? That's 5. And these guys are still making their way through as well. These are all the archers and things. So we only have 5 invaders left now. And you can see these are all just automatically being locked. Did they just get fired? The peasant Gushad is fighting. Oh, that's not good. Hang on, where did that happen? We've got these tame giant pigs, and something happened there. Oh, it's here. The peasant Gushad. Let's have a quick look and see. So misses. Yeah, peasant kicks the. It's just hair. So it's just hair from the that's been sort of from when they're slaughtered, which is not a major problem. We do actually have. That's able. I'm not sure what Gish it is. It won't be a big problem. Like that's just what happens. Things come back to life, and unfortunately, yeah, that's what happens. So I've got these traps, but I also have these weapon traps as well, just to do damage to anything that does happen to. Get out of our slaughter pits. So that's all okay. Leave all of those where they are. Yep. So we slaughtered the wild boars, and so that's giving us food. Okay, giving birth to more giant wild boar piglets. So we've got auto butcher on, which will then sort of manage our stocks of pigs. So it's just another source of food. We've got like a lot of turkeys, for example, in through here as well. And so we just automatically slaughter them, just so we don't end up with heaps and heaps of them. Let's just go back up the top again and watch the rest of these guys now wander in. Stray poults slaughtered, that's okay. Bang, another one gone. Another one. Another one. Ah, this is Stoker's mutilated corpse. So they're firing at this little this zombie kobold. I don't know how Stoker got killed himself, because I think that was the kobold that was the thief. So it's now attacking, and there's 2 invaders. So this is a bowman. Now this mutilated corpse is, if we have a look at the description, so its ability to stand has been lost, ability to grasp is somewhat impaired. And so if you look at the description through here, her neck is torn open, her neck is bruised, her right lower leg is broken, her right lower leg is cut open, her head is cut open. This is what all happened before she was a zombie. So I don't know who killed her. We can't sort of see, we can see the current stuff. So it's being hit in the head by the copper arrows. Tendon of the skull has been torn, so an arrow has now been stuck in the head. Silver arrow strikes Stoker's mutilated corpse in the head again. So the guys with the archers that are left are now trying to attack the zombie, and but we don't know what happened before. Now there is a what is it? There is actually a way of seeing this, and I always forget where it actually is. It's the task menu. Where is it? To get the log file. Is that it? Yeah, this is it here. Combat. So we go to the bottom of the combat and just see what happens with Stoker. This is going to be an awful lot. So that's the left arm is fighting. That's Zorban. Kobold Thief is fighting. So we'll look at this one here. So that is Kobold Thief falls over. So this is actually the goblins. Okay, so the goblins end up killing it. So Goblin Axeman. So they ended up actually killing off Stoker. Yeah, and cutting off the arms and stuff like this. Yep, so that's okay. Right, so they killed Stoker. Stoker's now come back to life for retribution, and is now trying to kill everyone else. So there's another goblin at the top in through here. They've now killed it, and so these two invaders will now start to come in. There's 16 hostiles. We'll have a look at these once they actually get done. They're jumping up and down on top of the corpse by the looks of things. I think they've had enough. I think they've decided that this is no longer viable. They've lost too many of their forces. So we're no longer under siege, so they're now leaving. So not that I can do much about that. Well, what we'll do is so this one, I don't know if it's been mutilated. They may have, that jumping around on top of the body may have been what they were doing with the actual body there, just to completely mutilate it. We'll just leave it outside. Wait for the invaders to leave completely. Right, that's good. They'll be off the map very... Oh, here they come. Where are they off to? Now they're moving quickly. Now that's Goblin in a cage. Still got two... Oh, okay, that was from before. Where are you off to? Tired. It's like it's moving so fast. It's like it's being chased around. There's one there. Another one there. So that one's slowly moving its way off the map. Let's have a look at the other hostiles. See who's around. These are all underground. I don't think there's anything else above ground that we need to worry about. There's the forgotten beasts and things. Actually, we've lost track of the other forgotten beast. That's interesting. We'll just watch what happens here. Where are you off to? Moving very fast. Terrified while in conflict. Coming back in. Now leaving. There we go. All right, so they're off the map. Well, Forgotten Beast is still fighting. That original one. There it is. So still an actual, it's not undead yet. Oh, another Mace Lord, so it's now going to get a bit more confusing. So we've now got two Mace Lords. Was that Dragster that was the Mace Lord? We can now clear our civilian alert, and we'll just go back up to the top because it's now safe outside. And we now just go through and actually just go to these cages and make them accessible. In fact, I can just go back into here. Just grab all of those. And so the dwarves will now come outside and pick up these cages. Might as well just grab these as well while I'm here. Just clean up all of that stuff. So they'll be coming in, picking up the goblins, bringing them inside. I won't bother with the kobold. And they're resetting the cages again. Just make sure there's no bodies there. That's all okay. Yep, that's fine. All the different bolts and stuff. Right, so we now just go back through again and make sure that each of these cages is forbidden. I'm not sure if I make them all forbidden. I don't know if what that does. I think it would still work out okay. Like, as in, I could just go and do that to then forbid. I'll just do it for the couple. Yeah, you can see there it actually then changes. That then becomes forbidden as well. I think it would still work. I might just leave that one because this is often where we're sort of catching them in this particular zone. That's all okay where that is. Right, that's all good. Needs cut gems. Okay, so we're now sort of losing the, with what we need to do with the cut gems. It should still be okay because we had a bit there. I'm not sure what they're looking for there. F5 is it? Yeah, F5. Yeah, grabs them from furniture stockpiles and then sort of uses these different areas. So we don't actually have anything in here, so I won't worry about it. Yep, that's okay. Well, let's go and go back to the Queen's quarters and just sort of see how we're going. And we'll see how that's going at this stage. Yeah, no, we still actually have all of these different needs. Now we've got 4 cabinets, 1 chest. We need 10 chests. Yeah, so we're getting some chests now positioned. The armor racks, I might just go and place some basic ones down. So we've got still need 3 weapons and 2 armor stands. Use all of these. We'll find other methods to improve this. And the armor stands. Just need a couple of these as well. All right, that positions those cabinets. What do we need there? Need 5, we've got 4, so we just need 1 more there. I'll just go and grab any old cabinet. So I'll sort of get these established, then we can always just switch things around. Get the good ones. Okay, it's back down to chests really, isn't it? So let's just go and throw more of those in. See how we're going with that. Now I've placed a fair few. Let's just watch what actually happens there. I think I still need more chests. But 7, 8, 9. That's possibly enough. Oh, now we have a mandate here. So we need to go and see what the Queen wants us to go and build. So we do have to keep on doing these things. Make battle axes. We need to make 1 battle axe. So we just go back down to the bottom of the fortress, F8, and just go to one of these locations, add new task. This is going to be weapons. Might as well make it out of steel. Battle axe. There we go. That all works. So Atomic Ant saying, has anyone set gem cutting tasks, or is gem cutting turned off? No, it's actually there. It's on, and we do actually have 2 jewelers, I think, that are sort of working in those workshops. There we go, making masterpiece socks. So it's actually a stockpile problem. I won't worry about that one so much at this stage. else is good. Making that battle axe now, so we now have the steel battle axe. That's now going to satisfy the Queen's mandate, which is fine. So that's all working quite nicely. This is the bottom of the fortress. We'll just get back up the top again. Did we set that one? Yeah, that's okay. Oh, there we go. That was a dwarf in a cage. This is Zulpin's left upper arm, which was cut off. So that's now been caught. I don't know if we have any more. That one's underground. Let's go through until we sort of see if we see any ones above ground again. So that did actually resurrect itself. Yeah, no, that's fine. We're through there. Let's go to F1. So this one here again, I'm just going to go and oops, that's the mechanism. So somebody will come out and now clean up that one as well. Oh, there's another one. Now this one, this is left lower arm again coming through. Now this one, we like this because this is a kobold. It doesn't fall into the traps. It makes its way past all these traps. We have to now activate the civilian alarm yet again, because this thing's going to now attack Minecart, our manager, which is coming back through. You can see there that the guys were outside and now vomiting on the way through. And so what we need to do is we now need to get our military out. So we'll go and tell our military to go and kill off this arm. So grab the squad, give them an order to kill that arm. Confirm. Kill Stoker's left arm. It will crawl its way through. It's coming back out. So these don't get caught in traps. But here comes the military. So Supreme Plague leading the way. Bang. Done. It's been destroyed. So that's not a problem. They're now done. So they no longer have any orders to do. So that was over and done with very, very fast. Now the arm there, I'm going to just set this one up as just so we can get rid of it. So I'll go and grab it. That one there will now, I'll clear the civilian alert again. Someone will come out and pick up that one there. Here we go. Now we're resetting the cage trap by the looks of things first. Taking a long time. So if we have a look, we've got the cage trap is now, I'll just go back and reset that one. But somebody will now come and pick up that cage as well. If we go to the cage, it should be a job. Actually, it's not there. Not sure why that hasn't been placed into the actual jobs. There we go. Thank you, Began, for the gifted sub to Boland. Now I'm going to have to start to wind up today, guys. I've got a little bit to do, but then I've got another stream coming over in an hour and a half over on the Slytherin channel. So we did a lot today. There was a lot of action going on, a lot of fighting. Here we go. Pick up that one. Where are you off to? Make rock coffers. That's what its job is. Oh, it's picking up the rocks. So they're grabbing these rocks. Oh, some migrants have arrived. So what are we up to? Let's go and have a look at where they're coming in. Who have we got? So we've got a peasant coming in to pick up some equipment. And we have another one. This is a glass maker coming in to pick up equipment. I'm not sure where from. 2, 3. We've got a wood burner. Bit useless. Pump operator. a stray baby alpaca, and a very quick goat kid, Savish, the pet of Edsel. Another one coming in. This is a fish dissector. All of these are useless so far. A bowyer. We're going to need one soonish, actually. That one might be okay. So we've got a reindeer calf, another one. I better go and make sure that everyone's positioned in there. There's a mechanic. That's useful. Competent mechanic. And a glass maker, another one. There's a buffalo calf, water buffalo calf. A lot of animals coming in. Another reindeer, is it? Yeah, stray reindeer calf. And who's this guy? A farmer, that's useful. This one doesn't like being out here. This is a stray bull calf. Overwhelmed by horror, why? Oh, because of the weather. It's on the ground. Now we've got a obok, it's a pet. Again, overcome with horror. Come on, these guys are just zipping past. A thresher, useless. A poult. So again, somebody's pet. Geez, another reindeer calf. A crafts dwarf. Another reindeer calf. Gosh. Okay, the forest retreat of DFHack Torch, a half day's travel to the northeast, looks to your thriving economy for its future prosperity. So that's elves. With what's going on there. Just pause that for a second. So yeah, so we're attracting the attention of a lot of different things. This will mean more attacks as well. Yep, that's okay. These were llamas are caught. We don't have to worry about those. Klingzog's become an axe dwarf or whatever. That's an axe lord. So our guys are really leveling up quite nicely. Yeah, Hammerlord is Klingzog. Okay, so we've got the stray reindeer there. Is that it? No, there's still more coming. A lie maker. A farmer again. Wow, we're getting heaps and heaps in here. Siege engineer. Stray blue chick. Cook. I have to make sure I get enough bedrooms. Still more. Wow, bookbinder. I think there's a gem cutter. What skill level have you got? High master, level 13. Whoa, that's good. That is good. All right, so we've got ourselves a somebody that can cut the gems as well. We've already got a good one as well. Anyway, another peasant. Surely that's it now. That's got to be it. Yep, that's it. Okay. So that's got all of those now sorted. So that's going to give us, like, we've now got 127 in the fortress, which is high. We've got a lot. So they're all now moving through. We'd just go down to F6, which is sort of like halfway down the fortress, which then gives us the, as we sort of come back down into here, where is it? There it is. So I need to go and put all of those animals in here, and so we get all of them. So again, DFHack to the rescue. We've done a lot with DFHack today, which has been great. What game will I be playing on Slytherin today? I'll be playing Panzer Corps 2. So I'll probably play a random map there, I think. I do like the random maps there. Let's go into this one and go to zones. And so I get the zones in through this other side, but I can assign creatures using DFHack. Now we do have some problems because some of them are in cages, so it's something I still got to sort of auto do, but DFHack then just makes this a lot easier. So we've got a lot that are actually already assigned here. And if we go to only basically have grazers. So if we go only grazers, anything that's a grazing animal will then be shown. But we also have some that are possibly, all of these roaming ones need to be assigned. So the baby alpaca all the way through into these different areas. So I can easily just click on them and assign them straight to it, which is one easy way to do it, or I can just assign all. I do have to be careful though that we don't actually have stuff that's caged that we need to, because we don't want to be bringing down zombie elements into this particular zone. So that just gets all of those already sort of placed in that location. I can go also back up into the is it F4-ish? I do need to set up all these beds and things now as well. We'll need to go and do that. Make an actual bedroom. Where was it? Yeah, this is smallish now. And so these have just got to be egg layers only. So anything that can lay an egg will be in this location. So, and we've got crundles, which we don't want to have. These are in cages. So if we've got in loose cage, we don't want to see them. What we do want to get is the ones that are roaming. So different pets and things. So I'll just go and click on a lot of these things. I can't sort of grab all of those. If I assign all, it's even the ones in cages will be shown. I can't really set that up. Minimum status assigned here, maximum status roaming. Restraint, inbuilt cages in loose cage. Roaming. Roaming and roaming should be all that we need. Yeah, that gets rid of all of the caged element. Okay, that's cool. That one then sort of working. So yeah, that's all just pets and domesticated. So we'll just assign all. So they'll all be now assigned because they're just wandering around all over the place. These are not. These are all hatched and they're just wandering around. So that will then position them inside that particular area before they get slaughtered. All right. So what else was there we were going to do? Bedrooms. Bedrooms I should really set up at the start of a session. F4, yeah, F4. Because we're now going to need a lot more bedrooms. We've got 2 layers of bedrooms, but some of them aren't actually designated properly. Just let me go through and just see if we'll just go through the planning phase. Doors through here. I've only got 3 doors available at this stage. So that's all 3. So I've still got more to be done. So I just need a bed and a coffer essentially inside these zones. And we'll eventually need all of these. I'll do them at the start of a session because whenever I do it, it ends up, I might just see how many beds I've got. So I've got the bed straight in off the door. Yeah, I've got a number of these. So I'll just go and just go to planning. I can just quickly then go and place the beds. Yeah, so that's, I'll just get them up until when we start having to use the planner. Okay, this is all now been placed in the Queen's quarters. We might have a quick look and see. She's even got a gauntlet or a glove sitting on one of her armor stands. But if we go and just go back to the other bits, just go to furniture, chests, and I'll just go and start to place these in here as well until it starts to need more. Yeah, there we go. So we're just going, like, at the start of the session I can have them all planned out properly, but I'll try to remember to do that one next time. That will do us. I think we'll have a quick look at the Queen again. Yeah, there we go. So the mausoleum is now, like with carving those the walls, we've now sort of been able to bring that one up to a high level. These guys here still aren't quite where we need to be, and we've now satisfied all of the requirements for what she needs in the actual rooms themselves. So it's now just coming down to what we do to increase the dining hall as well as the bedroom. So let's just quickly go and set that up now. So what I've got is I do actually have, I can put flooring in, like gold floor. So what we'll do is we'll do a stream of gold flooring out to across to the bed. So if we just go back across, this will be constructions, floors. I'm going to hide the planner and select material after placement. And so we want gold. Gold bars, we've got 43 of those. More of those and out to the bed as well. Alright, that will possibly be enough. Let's just unpause and just see what actually happens. We'll get them to build this and then we'll double check. We might as well finish off with the queen being sorted out properly. Being saying we need to start conquering the realm, making allies, or slaying everyone that we find. Yes, I sort of agree. One thing I do want to do is actually set up another military, an archer force. Resmelon, oh, that's a Gorlak. Yeah, fighting the hare, that's okay. That's not really going to worry us. Now they have to bring all of this from the bottom of the fortress, so it takes a long time to bring up these other areas. Okay, exports, that's fine. We won't worry about those. Now, again, DFHack helps us, allows us to manage that fairly effectively. Here comes the guys now laying the floor. All this gold positioned. So we'll check in just one more. We'll just see if this actually now takes us to where we need to be. Here we go. Let's have a look and see. No, still not enough. So we've still only got a grand bedroom and a grand dining room. So we still need to keep on improving this. So we'll now go back into engrave these. And hopefully that will then raise the value enough. I don't think there's an easy command for values. Morbid saying, "Hi Daz, have you shown how to do minecarts yet?" No, not yet. Sorry, I didn't get to it. And I'm not going to be able to get a chance. We sort of reset everything just for DFHack. I'll have to do that next time. I know what I'm doing. I started it very, very briefly. If you will just, I'll quickly go and do it. Oh, no, I really like to give myself a bit of time. What we have here is we have an area above, and I'm going to like, these won't get in the way of what we're doing. What we need to do to get the acceleration, I need to build from the top leading down. So I need to actually go up into my construction menu and go into constructions and then the tracks. And I need to start at the top and then move down below. Hang on, where is it? Hang on, I'll just get rid of that one for a second. Start again. Constructions, track, and I'll keep on building this one here. It's not doing it, I think, because of what we have down the bottom here. It's not doing it. Why not? wanted to just double check that myself actually as to why. I may have to get rid of this. And again, I guess we can just use that GUI command. So Control-Shift-D. Tile types. I'll just leave this one as flooring. Material will be stone, and the stone will just be, I'll just make it into, what have we got down there, chert. That didn't do it. Here we go. See if that will at least get us started with what we need. So if I now go back into here and go to constructions, tracks, still won't do it. Why not? Because I need a ramp. I need the ramp built. Okay, so I need a ramp constructed in here first. So I might do it next time actually, because that way I can actually have it completely done for what I need. So I do need to build a ramp in here. Maybe I'll just do one, just build one of them and get it ready. Ramp that way. Got bauxite right there. Maybe let's just get one going. Here we go. Right, so we've got an up ramp there. If I go from here, I can then go to construct, and I think I have to do it with construction. I don't think I can do it just with carving. Now we've got it. Just make a bauxite track. So this will now sort of, this will then have what we need to sort of get started. Now, one thing I don't know is I think I have to construct this one before I do this next bit anyway. So somebody is waiting for this one. Here we go. All right, at that point, I now actually have, I no longer need this track up the top. So I can just come back in and go and deselect that one and remove that one. And then that should keep a track that is still up. This is a rough bauxite upward track. And it's important to say the word upward. So that is important. And at that point, if a rail cart moves onto that, with that being an upward area, it will then accelerate quickly off. And so we need that one to then start to sort of figure out how we then push it upwards through the different Z layers. Just let them come and remove this one as well. Just need to make sure that it stays as an upward track. So we'll do another test next time as well to see if we can sort of get a bit more happening with that one. There we go. And so this is still an upward track. So it was constructed as an upward track. That will then just work. But I will experiment to see if I can actually get away with doing other things. I can also remove this as well. And technically, I don't need that little piece there either, so I can actually just go and literally just have that little loop, and that loop is then the accelerator for everything. So it's still an upward track. So as long as I'm pushing this way, if it hits there, it will then accelerate off. Anyway, guys, I do have to leave it here. So thanks for watching. And as I said, I'll be about an hour. I'll be over on the Slytherin channel, and just for a couple of hours of Panzer Corps 2, which is a great game. I love that game. Might actually, sorry, before we get this one done, let's just go and carve the tracks. Hang on, track carving. I don't know if I can actually get underneath here with the carving the tracks deeper that way. If I have them sort of carving that one, I can then still build over the top, and that will then sort of work. So I probably want to be carving as much as I can, But anyway, I'll just leave that one where that actually is. Again, that should be coming down to do that one fairly soon. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll be back if you're here for Dwarf Fortress. I'll be back again at pretty much the same time next week, and we will try to get this minecart system now. Now that we've cleaned up, what's happening underground there with it. It's a nice clean start for us, and we'll see how we go. Thanks for watching.